Now next video, characteristics of algorithm. What are the characteristics? What are the properties of an algorithm? So let us check. First one, algorithm must take some input. So some algorithm may not take any input also, but algorithm can take 0 or more input. They can take 0 or more input. The next, output. Algorithm must generate at least one output. Otherwise, it's no use of writing algorithm. It must generate some result. See, imagine them like a function, C language function. Like when you call a function may not take any parameters also, but function returns something. If it's not returning, we say void. But it does something definitely. If it is return means it should not be a return type but the function gives some result definitely. That's what is the output. At least one output. Then, definiteness. Every statement should be unambiguous and it should have a single and exact meaning. You cannot write any statement which cannot be understood or which cannot be solved. Like if we human cannot solve it, we can't ask our computers to solve that one. So every statement that you are writing should be definite, that is clear. So definiteness. You cannot use the value, for example, I tell you, you cannot use the value that suppose root minus 1. It's unknown value. Unknown value. So we say it as imaginary number. So you cannot treat it as a real number and in the algorithm. Right? This is an example I'm giving you. So every statement must give clear meaning. Only one meaning. That's it. Then next is finiteness. Algorithm is just like a function, as I said. A function will have some limited set of steps and it will stop and returns the result. So same way, algorithm must terminate at some point. Whether it may be having 10 statements or maybe having 10,000 statements. But it must have finite set of statements. The duration of algorithm must be finite. Definitely we will stop writing after some statements, we may stop. But the meaning here is that there are some programs which runs continuously unless and until you stop them. Like example, database server, Oracle server, you start. And if you leave the machine as it is and don't stop it, then Oracle server will be keep on running. SQL server, it will be keep on running. It's like a service, web server, keep on running. So it is not a service, it's an algorithm, it's a procedure. So it must stop. Then effectiveness. Now this is simple. You should not write unnecessary statements in an algorithm. Whatever the statement you write, the objective is that it should do something, serve some purpose in the procedure, in the steps of an algorithm. Don't write unnecessary statements. See, algorithm is like a procedure. So there are many procedures. Like a chemistry experiment done by the students in the laboratory is a procedure. And physics experiment done by the students in the laboratory is also a procedure. Or if you take a procedure for preparing a dish, cooking a dish, that is a recipe, that is also a procedure. And every procedure, the names I have given you, examples I have given you, every procedure needs some input. Like chemical experiment needs some chemicals and the apparatus, and physics experiment needs instruments, and the recipe needs some ingredients. Then objective of that procedure is to give some result. You are cooking and cooking but no dish is prepared. Nothing like that. You are doing some experiment but no solution is obtained in chemistry experiment. No, there must be some solution. So definitely there must be some solution, at least one solution. Definiteness. All the steps that you are doing are known step only. You are not doing anything magical. Right? Known steps you are performing. Every step that you are doing here is known step and nothing is magical, right? Only known steps you are performing. And finiteness. If you are preparing a dish, you will stop at some point and the dish is ready. If you are doing a chemical experiment, you will stop at some point and the solution is ready, definitely. And effectiveness. You will not do anything unnecessary while doing this procedure. Like you are boiling some chemical and but you're not using it in the experiment. It's not mixed with the solution. You are cutting some vegetables in the recipe, but that is not used in the dish. So there is unnecessary things are not done in the procedure. So here also in the algorithm, you should not have any unnecessary statements.